Good morning, everyone. And wow, if you could stand here and look out at this, what a sight, and what an amazing thing to have all of you show up and to spend this time with us here today. We have a fantastic day lined up for you, lots to update you about, but also this is a time for us to get together, meet each other, share ideas, and have a bit of fun. We are a community after all. And it's this spirit of community that I've come to look forward to with these Playtime events. We did our first Playtime event about 4 years ago back in California. Since then, we've taken this on the road with 32 events in 14 countries all over the world. It's been a great opportunity to connect with our developers in many, many markets around the world. And I'm very pleased to say that today, with you here in Berlin, this is our biggest Playtime event ever, so thank you. We know that you're all busy people. A lot of you traveled to be here, took time out of your regular routines. We're so grateful to be able to spend this time with you because we really all are on an amazing journey together. Tomorrow actually is the 9th anniversary of the first launch of the very first Android smartphone. Extra credit for any of you who know what phone that was and where it launched. No fair using Google for that, by the way. 9 years. That means that everything about this world of smartphones as we know it has happened in less than 10 years. This Android community that we have that now reaches more than 2 billion devices all over the world is less than 10 years old. It's amazing to think about the innovation that's happened during that time. How networks have gotten faster, how devices have become these powerful computers in our pockets, and how screens on your wrist and in your car and in your home have gotten smart and connected. And we've been blown away with each of these waves of innovation. We've been blown away by the work that you all have done to bring these devices to life. So we feel, and at Google Play itself is just over 5 years old. And that's amazing to think about. We're now delivering more than 8 billion installs every month on Play, reaching users all over the world. These are apps that entertain us, and educate us, inform us, keep us healthy, help us get things done in our lives. And we take very seriously the responsibility to make Android and Play a rewarding platform for all of you. Here in the EMEA region, we have users of all types. We have very tech-forward power users, probably like a lot of us in this room. We have families who use their smartphones to stay connected with each other and share their experiences. And we have users who are being introduced to smartphones and computing for the very first time in countries where the infrastructure and networks can barely support them. Our job as a platform is to help you build the products you want to build, reach the audiences you want to reach, sometimes reach audiences you didn't even know you had. We take that job very seriously. We're investing heavily in tools to help you build apps on Android, distribute them in Google Play. We're investing in one of the largest billing and payment platforms on the planet, and we're constantly looking for ways to apply Google's technology to the consumer experience on Play. For example, we've matched our human curation with Google machine learning technology to help match the right app to the right user in the right context. And in a lot of cases, in some of these cases, these investments are happening right here in Europe. For example, our team that builds the Play console, which I know many of you use, and our Play publishing tools, is based in London. And of course, our partnership teams and our support teams that work with you are based here in the region. And we have teams that work with mobile operators and Android device manufacturers in the region to complete the picture of our ecosystem. Thanks to those teams, by the way, we're now connected with 90 mobile carriers in 38 countries in EMEA for billing, which means that more than 400 million users in the region can pay for their purchases on Google Play through their mobile phone bill. It's really valuable to have these teams here to be able to interact with you regularly, not just at events like this, so we can learn how to serve you better. And it's been amazing to see the progress that developers in this region have been making. Apps and games developed here in EMEA are now generating 2.5 billion downloads per month globally on Google Play. That's amazing. Revenue growth from apps and games developed here in EMEA is accelerating. The number of developers grossing more than $1 million a month through their apps, developers based here in EMEA, that number has grown 30% this year alone. That's phenomenal progress. Congratulations. Going forward, we're working on a lot of things to make our platforms more powerful and more intelligent, to help you build better and more performant apps, reach broader audiences, better engage your users, and better understand your users. And you'll hear a lot about those things today. I'm also really excited about the innovation that we're seeing in devices, which is a function of the power of the Android platform coupled with great work being done by our device manufacturers. And this innovation is happening in targeted ways in every segment. We've seen some phenomenal Android flagship devices come out this year. These are devices that really are pushing the boundaries of technology and computing and industrial design. And those devices will bring us new opportunities next year. For example, what will we be able to do when devices include onboard artificial intelligence processing capability, or when devices include capability to build AR apps, to bring the real world into your apps and vice versa? And in the mid-tier segment, we've seen manufacturers be able to deliver premium hardware at affordable prices, which is going to engage an entirely new segment of users in a much deeper way with apps. And at the entry level, we've seen innovation in data plan pricing and the ability to bring very low-cost, quality smartphones to users in markets around the world and make computing more accessible than it's ever been before. Our own Project Go, which we talked about at Google I/O, is aimed at this segment and aimed at working on both better devices at lower cost, but also a set of best practices for all of you to reach users in these markets and create unique experiences for them. I'm also excited by all the ways that Android is coming to more types of devices, with Android Wear and Android Auto and Android TV, and now on the desktop with Android apps available on Chromebooks. Not only is this creating opportunities to build specific use cases for these devices, but it's also making us think about a world in which users have several of these devices and are moving across these devices during their days. And how can we create experiences that bring these devices together and bring these experiences together? All of this represents our opportunity going forward, and it's also going to challenge us to keep up. But as a community, I think we're up to the task, and I can't wait to see what we all do next. So thank you. And with that, I'll pass it off to Ishan to talk about the Play Store. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Hi, everyone. My name is Ishan, and I focus on Google Play's business across apps, games, movies, TV, and the other content verticals in EMEA. I am really excited to tell you about all the changes that we're making in the store to make it the best possible destination for users to engage with your apps and games. Now, as Jamie said, Play's mission is to bring devices to life on mobile and beyond. So whether it's your phone, your watch, or increasingly your car, Play is the thread that connects those 2 billion devices to the content that makes those devices magical. And that's why I'm really keen to share with you some of the improvements that we're making on personalization, which is the building block of everything that we do on Play. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about the new experiences that we're creating in the store. So let's dive straight in with personalization. We have created a new taxonomy that groups apps and games into hundreds of different topics that users can engage with. This taxonomy drives our search filters as well as the recommendations on the home page. We also want to go beyond the install and focus on re-engagement. Now, you'll see a lot of changes that we're making in the store, but one good example of that is the Don't Forget to Try cluster that surfaces apps and games that you've recently installed. Now, personalization and machine learning are great tools to connect up the right content to the right user. You heard Jamie mention that just now. But in the store, we want to do more. We want to help users decide what content to actually install by highlighting the very best of the catalog. And that's why creating new editorial experiences has been a big focus area for us this year, including rich, long-form content that you see up there, which explains why we've selected to highlight that particular app. These editor's choice stories are now available in 17 different countries. In addition to that, we're continuing to invest in a number of different programs that reward and recognize our developer partners for creating wonderful experiences on Android and Play, such as the Android Excellence Program and the Best of Play. And in that vein, it gives me great pleasure to announce the launch of the second edition of the Google Play Indie Games Contest in EMEA. Yes. Thank you. This contest aims to celebrate, to recognize, and reward the very best of the indie games talent that we have in the region. Finalists will be showcased in the Indie Games Corner of the Play Store. They'll get a chance to showcase their games at the Saatchi Gallery in London, as well as win a number of different prizes that will help them be successful on Android and Play. Now, we're really lucky today because we have a number of finalists from last year's contest in the audience with us. So I'd like to take a minute to actually ask all of them to please stand up. There we go. Can we have a round of applause for them, please? So if any of you have questions about what that experience was like, please reach out to them in the break for a chat. All the details about this year's contest are at the playground, which is right below us, and that's where you can sign up as well, so please do. All right, moving on from indie games to all games. Now, apps are different from games, and we all know that, so we have elevated games to its own destination within the store. Not only does that drive more users to gaming content, it also gives us the chance, an opportunity to create new experiences that are unique to gaming, such as immersive recommendations that include trailers or screenshots of actual gameplay. We also want to give users more control of how they explore the catalog. So we're experimenting with new formats in the store, such as a section dedicated to new games that highlight the latest high-quality releases on Play. Similarly, we've launched a new section, a premium section on the store, that highlights paid games only, and also showcases content that is on sale using our strike-through pricing feature. This collection went live last month, and we've already seen a big increase in engagement as well as in purchases. We also want to be known as a store where gamers can discover what's happening on games that they already have. So a first step to live ops discovery is through the use of the live ops card that focuses on major in-game events that are happening now on the games that users are currently playing. Now, that's a lot about games. So now moving on to apps. As you'll see in the middle screenshot, we've already started to feature major content events in the entertainment category, and we're going to be extending that to many other categories going forward. And finally, I'm really excited to announce the launch of our very first integration with Android Instant Apps, which now comes with a Try Now button, which directly on the store listings page that allows users to experience some of the functionality of the app without actually having to download it. That was a really quick whistle-stop tour through some of the changes that we're making in the store. And to tell you more about some of the changes we're making on the Play console, I'd now like to hand over to Kobi. Thank you.
Thanks, Ishan. Hi, I'm Kobi, a product manager on Google Play. The Play console offers you tools at every step of your app lifecycle. Last year, we had a big focus on quality. We launched Android Vitals at I/O. The Play console is where you release your app to users, and we keep on iterating our testing, targeting, and release tools based on your feedback. Finally, the console offers tools to everyone on your team. Marketing and acquisition, financials, customer support, everyone can find tools that are helpful for what they do. Let's start with quality. You're probably familiar with this slide. 50% of one-star reviews are when users complain about bugs or stability. A higher quality apps means happier users, which drives all your KPIs up. Revenue, retention, you name it. It's the foundation of your whole app success. And what we give you with quality is a combination of metrics, tools, and rewards. For metrics, we collect telemetry data from the field and surface it to you through Android Vitals. We offer you tools before, during, and after a release. Before the release, we offer you the pre-launch report. And we recently added some feature in this report, allowing you to get it for every alpha and beta APK that you have. During a release, we offer you the release dashboard, which shows you the health of your release comparing to previous releases. And after the release, we offer you Android Vitals. Finally, Google Play rewards apps that show exemplary behavior. So we launched Android Vitals at I/O, and you started using it right away. In the last 28 days, we've seen 65% of top developers using Android Vitals. With Vitals, everyone on your team, not just engineering, can set KPIs around app quality. And I'm happy to announce that today we're launching 5 new bad behaviors in Android Vitals. For example, on the stability front, we'll now show you sessions when there are multiple crashes. And on the battery front, we will let you know when your app drains unnecessary power when the user is away from their device, leading to unnecessary drain. We've also revamped the Android Vitals dashboard. To begin with, we significantly increased the device coverage. We work with OEM to add flagship high-end devices all the way to mid-range bestsellers, so you now have much more data at your fingertips. The Android Vitals dashboard itself was changed to show you performance overview at a glance, including performance over time and benchmarks. And Android Vitals plays now a key signal in Google Play. Our search and discovery algorithms favor apps with better Vitals. And when your app is considered for promotional opportunities like new and updated, Editor's Choice, or Google Play Awards, Vitals play a key role. An area that is related to quality and is near and dear to our heart is security. So I'm happy to announce a new program, the Google Play Security Reward Program. How does it work? So firstly, we'll be reaching out to developers like you, asking you to opt in and join the program. Then we'll have friendly security researchers scan your app, and if they find a security vulnerability, they report it to you through your bug reporting system. If you don't have one, our friends from HackerOne will be happy to help. Then once you fix the vulnerability, the researcher comes back to Google for a payout. Then our Android security team can scan the entire catalog, surfacing the same vulnerability to other developers, helping them fix their app, making the Android ecosystem more secure for our users. Together with other security programs we have in Google, Android, and Chrome, we're happy to continue our great relationship with the security industry, making the app ecosystem safer. OK, let's talk about releases now. And I have some exciting news here. You know, for years, beta testing has been one of the most popular features on Google Play. We have more than 300,000 developers using beta testing. But one feature request that always emerged was the ability to target apps in betas to different countries. And you can see the feedback here from our friends at Space Ape Games, telling us how badly they want this feature. So I have some great news. Starting today, we're launching this feature. You'll now be able to target your beta apps to different countries. Woohoo! So, until today, the way it works is that when you target a country, let's say Germany, you have to target it across alpha, beta, and production. But starting today, you'll be able to target your app to different countries in alpha versus beta versus production. So, for example, you can run a beta test in Germany before launching it publicly. We're sure you'll find great ways to use this new feature. Another feature that you guys use quite a lot is stage rollout. And I have another great announcement here. In a few weeks, we will start allowing you to do country-targeted stage rollouts. How does it work? You can see right here. Let's say you have an issue you want to isolate, let's say in India. So you start by rolling your app to 1% India only. If everything looks good, then you can continue and go to 10% in India only. At that stage, perhaps you want to add a control group country. Maybe you add Indonesia, still at 10%. Then if everything looks good, then you bump to 20% and add more countries. And finally, you finish by rolling out to 100% globally. Pretty cool, right? Another feature we launched at I/O is the device catalog. It allows you to look at the hardware spec of every device supported by your app. It became very popular with you guys. For example, in the last 28 days, we've seen 66% of top developers engaging with the catalog. And one thing the catalog allows you to do is to search for devices based on a range of attributes, like RAM, system on chip, screen size and density, and many more. Starting today, we're launching a new feature allowing you to construct those search queries, save them, and reuse them across your catalog. So you can create a search query like high-screen devices running Android O, and then use it in every app in your catalog to see the installs, rating, and revenue driven by those devices. Another feature we're launching today comes to answer a very frequent question we get from you guys. Why isn't this device supporting my app? So starting today, you'll be able to go to every device in the catalog, deep dive to that device, and see the support status across alpha, beta, and production. For example, highlighting cases like the one you see right here, where the device doesn't support your app because your app requires certain hardware or software feature that this device doesn't support. Now I want to continue and talk about how we help you grow your business. And I want to focus on the fastest growing business model in the industry, subscription. You remember that at I/O we shared that the number of subscribers and the revenue from subscription businesses have doubled on Google Play in the last year alone. And I'm going to share with you some new features at every step of the process, setting up subscriptions, acquiring new users, and retaining them. So let's start with setup. We recently launched the Play Billing Library 1.0, and using this library is a great way to make sure you're using the latest and greatest features our in-app billing stack has to offer. In a few days, we'll be launching another big improvement to testing. We'll be launching a good form of payment and a bad form of payment associated with every test account. This allows you to test both the happy path and the unhappy path without actually using a real form of payment. And in addition, we're launching a new subscription management page in the Play console today that allows you to opt in into various features related to subscriptions. Now, your app's success depends on your ability to acquire new users. And our data shows that 78% of users start with a free experience. So we're making some changes to how free trials work on Google Play. To begin with, to reduce free trial abuse, we'll be making free trial an app-level setting. In addition, we've heard your feedback about wanting a shorter free trial period. So starting last week, we now allow you to run free trials of minimum 3 days. And user acquisition is important. But if you cannot retain those users, you have a problem, right? So we're here to help. You remember that at I/O, we announced that we have a feature called Account Hold that is available on beta. So I'm happy to announce that starting today, this feature is available for all of you. All you need to do is opt in through the new subscription page in the Play console. But the one feature I'm really excited about is our new feature for win-back. We will now, starting today, we will notify you every time the subscription state changes, including cancellation, in real time. This means that no more waiting until the end of the month to find out that the subscriber churned 2 weeks ago. We will now let you know in real time, allowing you to start the win-back process right away. And in addition, we're enabling another new feature today, subscription restoration. This feature allows users on Play Store to come back to your service if they change their mind without almost any friction. So today we shared some exciting news. We have new Android vitals. We have country targeting for alpha and beta. And we have some great new features to drive the success of your subscription businesses. We're sure you'll use those features to do what you do so well, is launching such great apps and games on Google Play. Thank you very much for joining, and enjoy Playtime.